Was the M1 Garand truly the rifle that won World War II, or do we only remember it as a legend? To answer that properly, we need to step into the boots of the American infantryman in 1941, a soldier about to fight with a rifle unlike anything used by the Axis. This rifle fired faster, reloaded quicker, and allowed a lone GI to put rounds down range like no other foot soldier on Earth. The M1 Garand didn't just arm a generation, it changed the rhythm of war itself. For decades, armies relied on bolt-action rifles, powerful, accurate, but painfully slow. One shot, pull the bolt. Another shot, pull the bolt again. Mauser, Mosin, Nagant, Carcano, great rifles, but all of them required motion between every trigger pull. Firefights became a rhythm of shoot, cycle, aim, shoot. In close combat, that delay could cost a life. America needed something faster, something modern, something semi-automatic. A miracle request for the 1920s. Many said it was impossible. Then came one man, a Canadian-born engineer working in the Springfield Armory. Soft-spoken, precise, obsessed with mechanics. While nations struggled to modernize, Garand sat at his workbench and built a rifle that cycled itself using gas, firing 8 rounds with just 8 trigger pulls. No bolt to lift, no pause. Just repeat fire. After years of testing, revisions, politics, and argument, in 1936, the U.S. Army adopted the weapon officially. Designation, U.S. Rifle Caliber 30, M1. It was the first mass-issued semi-automatic service rifle in world military history. To understand why the Garand mattered, imagine this. An American GI with an M1, 8 shots rapid. A German infantryman with a Kar 98K, 1 shot at a time. In combat reports, U.S. troops often described firefights simply, "They fired once, we fired 8 times." American squads delivered more lead, more suppressive fire, and more flexibility. The enemy quickly learned something unexpected. They were outgunned. Not by tanks, not by planes, but by the average soldier carrying an M1 Garand over his shoulder. The Garand fed from an Ian Block clip. After 8 rounds, it ejected with a metallic ping, a sound every veteran remembers. Some say enemies waited for the ping to attack, thinking the American was empty. True? Rare. In real firefights, chaos drowned out quiet noises. But the ping became iconic. The sound of a generation fighting forward. Soldiers praised it relentlessly, reliable in mud, sand, rain, freezing cold. It hit hard with the 30-06 round. In German combat diaries, American rifle fire is often described as too fast and too constant. A single GI could keep multiple opponents pinned. This was unheard of with bolt actions. And then came the Pacific. Humid, muddy, brutal jungles. Japanese Arsaka rifles were accurate, but the Garand overwhelmed them with volume of fire. Marines at Guadalcanal and Okinawa wrote that the Garand saved lives. Not in myth, but in sweat and blood. It was heavy. 4.3 kilograms loaded. A Garand rifleman carried real weight daily. Recoil, strong, especially for new recruits. Reloading required losing the clip. No topping off like later magazines, and yes, occasionally an unlucky thumb found itself slammed by the bolt. The infamous Garand thumb. But ask veterans if they'd trade it? Most smiled and said never. The true strength of the Garand was not only design, it was production. America built over 5.4 million of them. Springfield and Winchester machines ran day and night. Steel, wood, mass manufacture, standardization. This rifle was proof the U.S. could arm an entire continent-wide army fast enough to fight 2 major fronts at once. No other nation produced semi-automatic rifles in such numbers, not even close. Against the German Kar 98K, faster rate of fire. Against the MP40, greater accuracy and range. Against the Japanese Arisaka, more firepower, more reliability. Against the Italian Carcano, simply superior in every measure. Only the Soviet SVT-40 came close, but production issues limited its distribution. The U.S. soldier was unique. Standard infantry marched with semi-auto power. Ask a World War II veteran what they trusted most. Many didn't say tanks, or artillery, or planes. They said, "My rifle." There are stories of soldiers cradling their Garands like family, cleaning them obsessively, refusing to sleep without them. Some wrote home calling it "my best friend," "my guardian," "my voice in battle." War reduces a man's world to simple tools: helmet, boots, rifle. For millions, that rifle was the M1. The war ended, but the rifle's duty didn't. It fought again in Korea, still trusted against cold, wind, and mountains. Even in Vietnam's early years, Garands were seen in the field. Foreign armies adopted it. Honor guards still carry it. Civilian shooters still revere it. And even today, many say nothing feels like shooting a Garand. The weight, the recoil, the history in your hands. Conclusion: the rifle that won the war? Did the M1 Garand win World War II alone? No rifle wins a war by itself. But did it give the American infantryman a measurable, undeniable edge? Yes. It increased firepower, accelerated assaults, reduced enemy movement, and empowered the individual soldier like never before. It wasn't propaganda, it wasn't myth, it was reality. Forged in steel, carried through mud, remembered with pride. The M1 Garand was not just a tool of war, it was the American soldier's heartbeat.